I'm Dan Stone. I'm Professor of Modern History in the History Department here. I'm really a historian of ideas. I teach 20th century European history. So my research and teaching very much overlap. I teach a course on the Holocaust. I teach a course on genocide more generally. I teach a course on post-war Europe. And I also co-teach courses on historiography and modern European history more generally. So, for example, I've just finished editing the Oxford Handbook of Post-War European History, and I've just completed my latest book, which is a history of post-war Europe, that ties in with a course that I've been teaching here, a Group 1 course that I've been teaching for the last 12 years or so. So you can see how these things cross over quite nicely. With respect to the course on genocide, which is really a world history course, it's a very exciting course that we do a lot of, start off with some definitions of genocide and then think about different cases of genocide that have occurred across the world. It's obviously, in some senses, very demanding because it requires getting to grips with all sorts of different places and times and different kinds of political regimes and so on and so forth. But in my research life, I'm one of the editors of the Journal of Genocide Research, which keeps me up to date in terms of what's happening in the discipline. I read a lot of recent work on the subject, and so that feeds through into the course. So students know they're getting taught by somebody who is up to date with the literature, and no one can know everything, but you can at least have a good sense of what's going on in the field, and I think students appreciate that. And with respect to the Holocaust, my previous book was called Histories of the Holocaust, which is a survey of Holocaust historiography and the enormous debates that have gone on in a very large and complex literature. So again, this is a course that I've taught for about 12 years at Royal Holloway, and the amount of teaching both at undergraduate and postgraduate level, including PhD students as well as MA students, means that the undergraduates get, I think, a very up-to-date and rich and well-informed set of classes and a course which is rooted in very much what's going on in the field.